All is one. P.A. Finley, Anonymous, the Universe, coming at you live on this beautiful Sunday afternoon, almost 2 p.m. California time, Bay Area, USA. Sending out an atomic mushroom cloud explosion of love all across the globe. When do we not need that, right? Okay? And we can use a lot more of it. Just reaching out to everyone. Going out, sending that love also all the way out to the universe and back. Hang out with me. This is going to be interesting.
Introducing. Introducing the elemental that realizes oneness, the all things and the noneness, where the boredom and the fun is.
Sending out a shout out to my viewers and listeners. You guys get a single dap. Sending out a special shout out to my All1llAs. Y'all get a double tap. And sending out an extra special shout out to my soul models. You guys get a triple dap. So, thank you guys so much for doing what you're doing. Let me dive right into this. It's going to be another George Floyd video. I'm saying this guy's name, and I've never met him. I don't know him. I don't know his family. Okay? So I want to give respects and proper due to the family. Sending out an extra atomic mushroom cloud explosion of love to that direction. I don't know you, but I do. And I say that in the sense of the experience of loss. You live long enough on this planet, you're going to experience some loss, no matter who you are. It just seems to go triply and quadruply for the African American. It just seems that way. I don't know what everybody else is going through when it comes to loss. So, I connect with you there. Just, right here. I'm going to close out this video series, the What Now series, George Floyd. May 31st, 2020, Sunday. As you can see, I got no background. My jewels is off. And believe me, All1llA is still here. But this is P.A. Finley talking. So, my next video series is, if I'm correct, is going to be the plight of the African American. Okay? And I'm going to go ahead and deliver my all delivery of the vision and the future of humanity, and how important of a role the African American community will have in that. So I'm really about ready to get that thing kicked off so you guys can see and understand where we're going with this. Now, I'm hearing two different points of views on the recent events in the U.S. I'm hearing how could they, with the death, the murder by policemen on camera of George Floyd, how could they? How could they? And then I'm hearing, how could they with the riots? I could just destroy property. Why are you doing this? Why are you so destructive? How can you? So my question to the viewer is, which one irritates you the most? Yeah, they're both. Ah. But my question to you is, which one irritates you the most out of the two? Once you answer that question truthfully for yourself, then you'll know which side of the fence you fall on. If the murder in the street by by a person who is supposed to protect you is more irritating to you than the riots, then you still have humanity. There's a human bone, at least one, in your body. But if the riots irritate you more than that, we got work to do. That's all it means. You're human, but you need to be reminded of your own humanity. When the destruction of things is more important than a life, we got work to do with you. But we all have work to do. So join the club. Because my goal is to get you to understand. My goal is to save your behind. Someone who thinks that the riots is more irritating and disturbing than the reasons that the riots are happening. My goal, what I'm about to do, is for you. See, I already got, if you're white and you're receiving this, I already got you guys are already on the team. If you think that the murder is more irritating and disturbing than the riots, you're there. It's us. But if you think that the riots is more important and more devastating and more, then you are my mission. I'm coming to save you. Yay! PA Phillies Anonymous, the universe coming to save. Yay! Yay! With an all cape. I'm coming. You're like the damsel in distress. So I'm on my way. That's the great news. That you're savable too. No one is left behind. We leave no one behind. From the best of us to the worst of us, no one is left behind. The ones who are so to the left or right, which one is which? Okay, this is my left. So this is my left is your right. Okay. The one to the far right, the furthest right you can be, all the way to the edge of the right. Like I'm holding down the edge. The edge of the right stops here. You. Yeah. I'm coming for you. And I'm coming to save you. I'm not coming to destroy you, or to end you, or to war with you, to battle with you. I'm coming to save your soul. The militia guy, the in the woods, the top, the ones that knows everything about how to survive in the wilderness. Yeah. The guy with the green stuff over the face and the hat on with the the leaves and stuff sticking out the hat and the snipe and yeah, the one with the knife like this and knows how to cut and skin and know you, the one all the way to the right, like. This is you. Like that little thing right there. Yeah, that's dude. Yeah, you. The one who believes that the white race is the chosen, whatever that mentality is that you got, that you've been indoctrinated with. I'm coming for you because we can't go to the next level without you. I have to come see you. And I know when you see me, your blood boils inside your skin. Your blood, you're looking at me. You're like, I understand. I'm about to quell all of that, though. When you hear what I got to say, see, first, my goal with you is to get you to listen. Once you hear me, hear what I have to say in reference to you and me and how we have been set up on two sides of the same coin. It's a trap. It's a setup, dude. That it's the programming. But there's a plan, a bigger plan, where in the end we're both rewarded for our service to humanity. You and I, we're going to look back at this. One day we're going to look back at this and be like, we're going to see how in order to get to that place like 100 years later, we're going to look back in history and see how there was no other way to do it. We're going to see that was the only way, as atrocious as it was. It was, I say it's the only way, right? But it wasn't the only way. But it was the only way. It was the best way to get to here 100 years later. 3020. The year 3020. We're going to look back and be like, the whole slavery, all of it, all the way to Africa, to the point of the Caucasus Mountains, the Caucasians, and the African. we're going to see from a bigger picture and a bigger perspective and an angle that was meant to be. And it was meant to go down, and the two sides are meant to play the roles that they played, the whole thing. But it was to get to here. It was the only way to get to here. And all of the guilt that you hold that directs your whole program and your whole process, your mental, that far right, your whole ideology connected to the fear and guilt. Okay? That's where it's rooted. But remove that, and what is this now? What is that? Remove fear and guilt. Remove the guilt. Guilt sprouts, if you will, fear of retribution. It's all about the payback. It's all about the guilt. I've done the wrong thing. So at some particular point in time, I'm going to get that back, because it's a universal implant that's embedded in all life that says on it down to the root. It's not even in words. It's like, but it's there. And it says what goes out comes back. It's a universal, all over the universe, is everywhere in existence. It's a rooted issue. Implanted DNA that says what goes out comes in. What goes forth goes back. What comes up goes down. Dude, this is the cyclic nature of life, which looks like a DNA strand. From the macro to the micro, everywhere. It's in all things. It's embedded. It's innate. It's the one rule, the law of one. This is one law. One rule. And all rules and laws is built on top of that. Everything is cyclic. So that's where your fear comes in, because you know that what I've done, it will come back. It's an inner law. So that's where the fear comes in. So I must protect and defend at all costs anything outside of me. I must destroy, I must kill, I must See, your thing is you're doing it because you have to do it. See, that's what we don't understand. Why are you doing this? This is us. How could you? It's inhuman. You must be a monster. Why would you do it and continue to do it? Like still in 2020. We don't understand. We have no idea. What are you doing? What are you doing? And you're like, what? What do you mean? So, this is the two sides. Black and white. Extremes. We're extremes. And then there's the rainbow in between. Dude, we are the extremes. Okay? Black is more of the sheep and more of the slaughter, because we're more peaceful and loving. White is more warlike. Black is more receptive. White is more defensive. See, it's black and white. Dude, you guys got to understand the science of color. The African American represents the black. We're not black, especially not no more. We once were, but... Right? The African, we represent the black spectrum. The Caucasian, which is not completely white, right? More eggshellish, you know what I'm saying? Represents the white spectrum. Dude, this is science. This is science. This is positive, negative. Dude, this is balance. What are you talking about right now? How come nobody's talking about this? The black, naturally, if the white Caucasian, let me tell you about the end of humanity, what could have been. The end of humanity. If I'm going to have to dive into that and see what my universe says about this topic, because see, the red man has a place in this, and I'm trying to figure out where is it. See, they know that's their purpose. It's a purpose. Everybody, every color of the rainbow has a purpose. The Latino community, the Asian community, the Japanese community, the Indian, every shade of the rainbow has a purpose. I don't know the purpose. I just know the black purpose and the white purpose. And because there's two extremes, not only I know the African American purpose, which is very interesting, because actually the African continent and the African original is the true representative of the color black. Okay? And then, but we've brought here, some of those was brought to this continent, and then we blended in here, and then there was the red, the color red here, which originally was the color black, because the color black traveled all across and populated. It started in Africa, and we populated the planet through travel, and because of the different angles of the sun on the continent, the rainbow was created. Okay. I'm getting into some history. I was really trying not to do that on this one because I'm trying to close this out. So let me go. That's what all of this, everything I just said, matter of fact, that whole little section is going to be for my next series, the plight of the African American and humanity. Whatever. I'm gonna announce it. I'm gonna not title it. And the Caucasian American. I gotta put these two. We're in it. We're in this together. So that's gonna be for a future series. Okay? What I'm trying to say is that the guilty, okay, and we're just talking about one aspect of guilt, which is slavery. We're not talking about Hiroshima and Nicaragua. We ain't talking about the other guilts. There's other guilts, but this is the root-ish. This is a root guilt because it kicked off the rest of the guilt. Actually, there's some guilt that you guys got from way back in Africa once we first clashed heads. There's some stuff you did over there that was crazy. Like, okay, so it kicked it off there, and then you brought it here, and then built this great nation on top of this thing that must be addressed in order for this nation to move forward. Now, this nation, the black eye, it's the black eye of this nation, and it will continue since it's based on it. It will always be there. Just one second, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So that's to the far right. Okay, that's y'all issue. Guilt. Now to the far left. Caucasian. We're talking about the Caucasian. I got something for the far right. I mean, all the way right. We already addressed that person. We know who that person is. It's a group of people like that. I got something for you, and if it works for you, then it'll work for everybody all the way up until the middle. Right? Okay. Now we're going to the far left, all the way at the end. And why? There's one person sitting there at the edge of the far left, and that person is the Caucasian American. We're talking about America right now, just America. That's the Caucasian American who has all the black friends, got the kids with the sagging pants, with the N-word, spit the N-word. The far left, like all the way in the hood, like a part of the hood, like cats in the hood, you know what I'm saying? Dude, that's my homie. What is you saying? That's my dog right there. Wood. Yeah, the M&Ms. Far left, all the way to the end of the left, Caucasian, who got nothing to worry about, but are in a crosshairs, if you will, okay? They're in the crosshairs because on one hand, they want to represent and stand up, and they know that they can. Their word would be something, even in the hood. The M&Ms, okay? Even in the hood, their word, if they was to step up and see something going on with the police or something like that, and they stepped up and said, hey, man, you can't do that. With the swag. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, I can't allow you to do that, man. You got to put that. No, you got to stop that right there, man. You can't beat up on the dude like that. And some of them do. Look, we got a whole lot of white folks that have put themselves in harm's way to represent. Deuces, okay? But nowhere near enough. You know what I'm saying? So, they don't do that because they know that if they needed the police was going to come running. Yeah, sagging pants and everything. They're coming to go get that. So that's a catch-22. I can't speak up, I'm talking about, for all the way to the edge, all the way to the middle. I can't speak against a service that's going to protect my behind when I need them. And the way stuff is going, I just might need them. How do you do both? How do you do both? How do you step up and say no and then call 911? And then expect, hey, listen, I'm a white person. All you gotta do is, I'm a white person. Yeah. Dude, just say the magical words. And all three forms of defense is coming. The police, the ambulance, and the fire. All three. The whole area, the helicopter. Oh, dude, they ain't gonna be playing. And you in the hood? Oh, they coming up in there in force to get you out of there. Come get you, and then whatever happens after that, the whole place gets sprayed. They don't care. This person was injured. The white person has injuries. There's blood. There's a trickle of blood. Shoot up everything. This is what. Because they don't even want you thinking about doing anything to anything white. They need to send out a message that if a white person walks through here, you better let them just walk through. We would tear this whole neighborhood up. We'll drop a bomb on the whole thing. They've done it. Philadelphia. It's been done. So how do you correct that program that's going to put a force field around you when you need it? You see that's a dilemma. So most times you lean on the line, but not say nothing. I would do the same thing. If I had that kind of juice, I'm not going to step up to my juice. Hey, they doing some wrong over there. Oh, well, it ain't over here. You see? But I got something for you too. See, you think you need that protection. If I take away that need, if I show you how you do not need that protection, now you can step up. If I can guarantee your safety without them, without the police, without the protective forces of this community, you don't need them. You have a greater source, a greater force that will protect you. And I'm going to show you how. I do. I'm telling you, I'm going to break it all the way down to you. It's not invisible. It's very visible. It's very, 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 very visible. I'm not talking about a pie in the sky. I'm not talking about nobody coming down from on high. I'm not talking about none of that. I'm talking about reality. Like right now. Real time. And then you won't need that, so therefore, like, okay, all right, man, now y'all wrong over there, you're wrong over there, you need to stop that, you need to stop that, because I don't need your protection no more. See? So I got something for both sides, to the far right, to the far left. I got you. I got something for you. I put a lot of time into this, dude. That 30 years of research and investigation. And I came up with some stuff. All right, you guys. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think about this. Talked about a lot of stuff. Far left and far right. I'm a subtitle it. Message to the far left and far righters. You know, got something for you. I got something for you. All right, you guys. Y'all know what time it is. Be beautiful as you are. Peace and one is all.
One day remind you who you are.
Oh my goodness gracious, who will be the one?